Hello, friends. Good day to you all. Today, we will focus our reflection on the fourth corporal works of mercy to visit those who are in prison. The text of the Matthean Gospel, which we refer to always, Matthew 25, talks of, I was in prison and you came to me. And that's strange because if you looked at Jesus, you can ask the question, did he ever visit a prisoner? There is no record in the New Testament or in the Gospel that talks of Jesus visiting a prisoner. When his cousin John the Baptist was in prison, there is no story that he visited John the Baptist. When Jesus himself was imprisoned, there is no record that somebody came to visit him. So where did this text come from? Why was this inserted into the Matthean Gospel? When we looked at the Old Testament and see whether there are indications of prisoners, we will see that during the Persian period, the imprisonment was made as a legal punishment that came along with death or capital punishment or exile and confiscation of property. However, there were also places that were prescribed as or described as places of custody or temporary detention centers where people who were being tried before their judgments are made were being kept. We also know of the guard houses of royal prisoners and the house of chains where the prisoner was forced to do labor. So maybe we can say, yeah, this probably were jail houses. Now, it is also remarkable to note that in the Jewish society, there was also a kind of prison system. This was designed for the custody of people who committed or were charged with certain crimes. And they were kept because either they were awaiting trial or awaiting execution. However, there were also indications that showed imprisonment as a punishment in itself, even with a certain coercive intent. Now, the Roman state allowed torture to the prisoners. And torture meant a certain type of torment and suffering inflicted on the body in order to elicit the truth. Obviously, this was an earlier Greek practice, the form of forcible extraction of information, which was later on included in the Roman jurisprudence, which included free men, the torture of free men on grounds of possible treason or as determined by an imperial order. It is in the light of the above that we will also take note of Paul, who dragged Christians out of their homes when he was still a persecutor of Christianity and inflicted on them torture. And we may also consider the experience of prisoners, including Jesus himself, who was tortured in order to exact the truth. But we may ask ourselves now, where did Matthew get the idea of when I was imprisoned, you came to visit me? In the community of Matthew, at the time of Jesus probably, there were two categories of prisoners. One was the prisoner who was temporarily kept in jail while waiting for the final resolution of his case, and another, having been convicted, was punished with imprisonment. Now, it seems that in the New Testament, especially in the Acts of the Apostles, there were experiences of being imprisoned. Peter was imprisoned. He was visited by an angel. Remember that? And when Paul was imprisoned, some people came to him, and also the community visited him in prison. And later on, he was allowed to go out. So, the purpose of the visit to prison is actually to set the prisoner free. It is not just an ordinary visit to prison where you bring food or medicine and then you say, okay, bye-bye. In the biblical tradition. As already articulated in Isaiah, the Spirit of the Lord was upon me. He has anointed me to bring good tidings to the poor and to set the prisoners free. Why? Because it is possible that one who is imprisoned is there kept falsely accused. Or it is possible that one is imprisoned, convicted for any crime, but the imprisonment cannot guarantee the change of his person, because persons outside of prison will always be given a chance to reform. One cannot be reformed in prison. In a sense, imprisonment is an antithesis to the basic right to freedom. Kaya mga kapatid, pwede nating itanong ngayon sa bilibid ba, sa mga prison cells natin ba, bibisita lang ba tayo doon? O talaga bang ang intent natin ay para makalabas sila? Kasi alam nyo, sa mga bata na mga nabilanggo, sa halip na magiging marireform sila, nagiging worse. Kasi sa loob ng ating mga bilangguan, mayroong mga initiation rites. Pupukin yung ulo mo, ire-rape ka ng mayor ng cell. Marami pang iba. Maliban na lang kung ikaw ay political prisoner, kagaya ko, nung naging political prisoner ko, direspeto kami ng mga criminal prisoner, ng mga criminal elements doon sa prison, because they knew na our case was a political case. Kaya sinasabi natin na the prison cell as a punishment cannot punish the wrong that was done. Imprisonment as a place to reform cannot reform a person. Therefore, when we visit the prisoner, dapat ang intent natin ay to set him free. Yung mga inosente, dapat palabasin. Yung mga criminal, dapat bibigyan sila ng pagbabago, pagkataong magbago sa labas ng prison cell. At yung tinatawag nating hardened criminals, hardened sila even before they were put in prison. Because of their experiences bilang mga kabataan, they were abandoned, they were frustrated, mga human problems. At hindi ang pagpasok sa bilangguan ang solusyon para magbago ang kanilang pagkatao. Kaya siguro ito din ang dapat nating pagnilay-nilayan ngayon sa panahon ng Kwaresma, sa panahon ng Year of Mercy. we learn to cultivate mercy by caring for the prisoners. We come to them, we go to them, to let them know that we are in solidarity with them, to let them know na sila ay mga tao pa rin kagaya natin, and that they deserve a second chance, that deserve to become human being once more by setting them free. Come to the prisoner and set them free on behalf of the kingdom of God, on behalf of the mercy of God. Dear friends, this is Father Ben Alforque, MSc, Missionaries of the Sacred Heart.